Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just sharing the live and then we get started. Sharing the live and we get started. Hi, Onkwalezi, thank you so much for being here. I'm just sharing this live so that we get started. We are dealing with Mary who is ready, guys. Mary who's ready. Mary who is ready. Mary who is ready. Mary who's ready. Mary who is ready. Hey guys, Moto, thank you for coming. I'm just sharing the live and we're starting. We're dealing with Mary who is ready, a program of mine that deals with premarital readiness, relationship issues, and marital issues with insights from married people as well. Jeff, thank you for coming. Mary who is ready. Mary who is ready. A generation is in distress and yet they can afford to ignore some of the most important things. That doesn't mean we stop, because there's always going to be somebody that is hit by the reality of the importance of their own development. There's always going to be somebody that is hit by the reality of the importance of their own growth. That always going to be there. Sometimes we're not for everybody. We really are not for everybody. I'm just doing the like thing and then we get started. If you guys are watching in the For You page, please just feel free to join. We're dealing with Mary who's ready. I'm just doing the likes. Let's help this program to go somewhere, okay? I might be looking for a host today. Might be looking to co-host. And so we'll see how that goes. Konka, thank you so much for coming. I'm starting the program. I'm just getting to 1K likes. Can you please help me to get to 1K likes? 1K likes. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from in the world. My name is FifiRich and I am a makeup artist and an inspirator, and I'm based in Botswana. For those of you guys that are new here and those of you guys that are joining me for the first time, I'm so excited to be here, and I want you guys to know that Mary Who's Ready is a program of mine. It's an inspired program, and I started Mary Who's Ready on my YouTube channel, and so I am extending the program on my Facebook as well as on TikTok. And so I want us to really look into some matters together. Please just know as a disclaimer that Mary Who's Ready is not here to make anybody to change their mind about a particular topic or subject matter as far as relationships, as far as marriage is concerned, but I'm just here to say let's look together into other perspectives. Are you open to hearing another perspective on the matter at any given point in time? Because a lot of the time we are products of different circumstances and issues and experiences from our past, and so sometimes we might just realize that what I've been knowing is not so correct or is not so ideal or so practical. And so it's good to hear. Hi Mimi, thank you for coming. It's good to hear another perspective on the matter, so that wherever you may have been misinformed or wherever you realize that you had a negative narrative about something, you can always change that, okay? So I've started Mary Who's Ready right here on TikTok. Ideally it should be every Friday at 11:30 a.m. GMT +2 or Botswana time or Central African time. And so this one we're rolling just because last week I could not do TikTok and Facebook at the same time. So we're talking about Mary Who's Ready, relationship is built. Joe, thank you so much for coming. Mary Who's Ready, relationship is built, not commanded. Phoenix, thank you so much. Just note that before now, we already addressed the issue of establishing value systems in relationship, and then the other time we also talked about how long until you marry me. So today we're just talking about relationship is built and not commanded. And so what is the difference between a commanded relationship and building a relationship? Guys, feel free to comment and please like. Building a relationship speaks to a relationship that comes from somewhere. When a relationship is built, it really just says that people met, and then discover that they were interested in each other as far as a friendship is concerned, or a relationship is concerned, or a marriage is concerned. Thank you, Tutor, for coming. And then they gradually grew the relationship from a lower level, a level of meeting, up to a level of intimacy. Okay, so commonly we know that people meet and then they become friends, and then they grow the friendship. Or you can say, oh, I'm interested in this person, I just want to get to know you better, so let's be friends, and then we'll see what happens. And so a relationship grows organically, it just grows naturally. And that's when we say we are building a relationship. Joe, please guys, please hit the likes. We're building a relationship. But commanding a relationship is more of the approach where you meet somebody and you get into a fully fleshed relationship. Some people do this approach, some people take this approach, and it works for some people, where you meet a person today and you feel like, okay, I really like this person, or I've established that I have found everything that I want in a potential partner, in this particular individual, so I'm going to get into a relationship with them. And then boom, they get into a fully fleshed relationship. They don't have to go into the thing of let's get to know each other, let's be friends first, but they believe that they can get to know each other throughout the relationship. They can get to explore together and learn more about each other in the course of the relationship. That's one approach. I do believe that it is, it is something that can work, but this kind of approach requires a superior level of maturity. So that's really the difference between when a relationship is built and when a relationship is commanded. And so what is your approach? Are you the kind of person that says, I want to take it slow, I want to meet a person, get to know them before getting into a relationship? Or are you the kind of person that says, well, if I feel like you've got what I want, I just get right into it? TT, thank you for coming. So guys, let's share, okay? And so, what about love at first sight? What about love at first sight? Because love at first sight can exist for some people. There's people that say, I met this person and I loved them and I'm married to them today. There's couples that meet and it doesn't take long before they get married and they have very successful marriages. But again, remember, it depends on your approach when it comes to relationships. We are different. We're products of different circumstances and issues and different knowledge, okay? And so how you see things may not be how another person sees things. What works for you may not be what works for somebody else. So love at first sight. I met a man and I loved him and we're married, and there's marriages like that and they are so successful. But some marriages are a result of love at first sight and they break. So what really is the difference? What is your approach and what do you prefer and why? How come you have the insights and the belief system that you do when it comes to your approach to relationship and marriages? It's very important to talk about these things. It may sound light. Hi, Innocent. Thank you for coming. It sounds like a small issue today, but when you look at the divorce rates in Botswana, you'll notice that they are very, very high and alarming. Whether in the church setting or outside the church setting, divorce rates are just generally very high in our country, in Botswana. So it should concern you and I, because we don't want to find ourselves being casualties, especially if you yourself have suffered the consequences of a divorce, or the consequences of being raised by a single parent, whether a single mother, a single father. You know how terrible it is. So we've got to talk about these things, because when now you're in a marriage or a relationship and you find that things are not going so well, should you divorce, you'll notice that, oh no, I needed knowledge before now. Had I had the right knowledge, had I known how to navigate through this thing, through that challenge that led to the breakup, the divorce, I wouldn't have actually gotten into a relationship and later broke up or divorced over stupid things. I wouldn't have left my baby mama, I wouldn't have left my baby daddy. So we've got to talk about these things. Actually, I'm going to that right now. I love at first sight. Desmond is saying he loves at first sight. Thank you so much, Desmond. Desmond, thank you for the likes. Guys, you can share and you can like, and gifts are allowed. I am a Moutswana, and I am very passionate about the issue of marriage and premarital readiness and us getting it right in the area of relationship and marriage, because I am coming from a background of divorce. My own parents divorced when I was really little, and I have been severely affected by that. So thank you so much, Desmond. Thank you. More likes can attract viewers, so please, let's keep liking. And so love at first sight is like that. It exists for some people, but we really have to be careful, because often love at first sight is confused with lust or infatuation. Desmond, how are you going to know that this is the kind of love that is required for marriage, or if it's just infatuation, if it's lust? Like, infatuation is more on outward appearance, attraction. I met this person and I was starstruck, butterflies in my stomach. Oh my god, I got excited. I have these stars, So how do you know if that's the kind of thing that is enough for you to say, now I'm getting into marriage? Because we don't want a situation where you get in at first sight and then tomorrow you realize, no, what I thought is not really what's happening. So we're building towards that. We're talking about this, so stay with me. And so sometimes seeing the outward appearance and calling it love, seeing the nose, the ears, the six-pack, the hips, the body shape that is attractive to you, and you say, oh, this is love, based on euphoria and feelings and just excitement. So two people develop and meet feelings for each other. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. But how do I know if it is the love that is a requirement to get into marriage, or if it's just excitement, infatuation that is going to die out very soon? Because sometimes people realize that this is infatuation, this is lust, when now they are already in the marital situation. Now you're committed, you're already in it, and you're like, oh no, this is not what I thought. I thought I loved this person, but I realized Or sometimes because you meet at first sight and you decide to get married, and you say we'll get to know each other as time goes on, then you realize this is too much, this is more than what I can handle, this is more than what I'm begging for. And then you're already inside. Maybe children are even involved. Maybe you've invested so much, maybe 5 years into it with 3 kids. You've invested, you are in business together, you're doing everything together, only to realize I married the wrong person. Now, what do you do? Kiso, thank you for coming. Girlie, thank you for coming. Please, let's like, guys. Let's like and let's share. So what do you do? We're talking about relationship is built, not commanded. Relationship is built, not commanded. A lot of us, we command relationship. We just come in and, hey, I like you, we're in it. And then we don't do our due diligence with some things, and then we're led by our emotions, and then we commit to marriage and to serious things, and we lose a lot at the end of the day when we divorce. So let's talk about these things and share insights on the matter. People may meet and marry right away, right? Sometimes even in an arranged marriage. Some cultures, we know even today, some places in the world, they do arranged marriage. When children are growing up, parents are already saying, hey, you are going to marry our daughter. Your family or your son is going to marry into our family. They're going to marry our son. So thank you for coming. So is it a bad thing? It's not a bad thing, but it's like meet and marry. I call it meet and marry. You come together and you marry, or parents pre-arrange. And there's marriages like that that are very, very successful, but how are they managing? What is it that they're doing that we may not know this side when we meet and marry? So you see, so that is where people will start to know each other, when you meet and marry, and that's fine, but it requires a superior level of maturity. Do you have the kind of maturity to meet somebody and marry them? Do you have the kind of maturity to meet somebody and get right into a relationship with them? Because you need to know yourself before you enter a relationship. You need to kind of really master the self. You need to have a satisfactory level of personal development before you can say, I'm getting into a relationship or into a marriage. So how much personal development have you done? How much of self-awareness have you gained? How much of self-concept have you built before getting into a relationship and a marriage? Especially if the approach of meet and marry is going to be applied. This one is something that can be answered by you as an individual, right? Especially the guy Desmond who said he's going for love at first sight. And so are you in that category, and are you mature enough to meet and marry? When you enter a marriage because you like the nose, you like the six-pack, you like what you saw outside, without necessarily knowing that there's many things that go beyond the nose that you liked, the lips that you liked, the hips, the the six-pack. Oh, I like him. Yes, six-pack. Doctor, thank you for coming. There's more beyond the physical appearance. So do you have the kind of maturity for longevity in your relationship, in your marriage? This is something that we really need to look into. Sometimes you get in there after meet and marry. I met this person, I loved him, we're getting in the marriage. Then you even realize things that you don't like, habits that are very difficult for a person to break. Maybe you marry a husband who, when they remove their clothes, they just put them anywhere in the house. How are you going to deal with that? You married because of attraction, but there's things that go beyond attraction. That's basically what we're saying. Fortunately, thank you for coming. Please like, gifts are allowed. There's things that go beyond. There's things that go beyond the attraction. Okay, and so how does this look for you? Meet and marry. I met a person, I married them. How is this thing looking for you guys? We're not taking too long, we're just sharing insights into the matter, and I hope that this is going to be value for your data. Mary Who Is Ready is a program of mine. Pre-marital relationship issues, and marital issues with married people's insights as well. Relationship builds and chest good communication. That's what Desmond is saying. Thank you so much for that, Desmond. Relationship builds and chest good communication. Tell us more about that. Tell us more about good communication. What is good communication to you? Yes, tell us more about that, because there's also the communication aspect. Applejack, oh, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Even in the Bible days, people married. You know, if you look into the faith matters, the olden days, the days of our ancestors, the great grandparents, usually people just met and married. There was no, this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend, I'm gonna date. Usually people were advised to marry as soon as possible. You love a woman, you marry. We didn't really have it, a common concept for people to date. How long should you date before knowing a person? Or how long should you date before mastering a person well enough to marry them? Where thank you so much for coming. So we are talking about relationship is built and not commanded. We are building we're building a concept here. So, but what is love? What is this love thing? Please comment, guys. Share the like, and gifts are allowed. Okay, gifts are allowed. Thank you for coming. But what is love? I want to know, what is love? Some people say it's a feeling, like anger, like happiness, like how you can be worried, you can be excited. Love is a feeling. Love is a feeling. What is love to you? What is love to you? What's the thing that gets you saying, I love this person, I love you, to a particular individual? George, thank you so much for coming, guys. Please just hit the like and share, and gifts are allowed. I've come to know love at my age right now, at the age of 27. Morning, guys. Thank you, George, for coming. Thank you, sir. I've come to know love as a decision. What is love to you, George? What is love to you? At this stage in my life, I've come to appreciate love as a decision. It's a decision, and I commit to loving a person because I've decided that this is the person that I'm going to love. This is the person that I want to be with. As far as relationship is concerned, as far as marriage is concerned, this is where I want to settle down. So like and love, there's a thin line between them, but I believe like is more on the surface. Like is more on the surface. It's like based on someone's appearance, based on what you can see, concerning the personality traits of a person. I like that I know that this person likes green. Green is their favorite color, and this is how I know this person. Pizza is their favorite food, and this is how I know this person at this point in time. And I like them based on that. We gel very well together because we share, favorite things, favorite food. So like is more on the outward, based on our outward appearance, things that we can see, things that we can immediately relate to. That's what gets us saying, I like this person. I really like that approach. I like this person. They have respect. But does it mean that you love them? So what is love, and then what is like? Can you see now? So sometimes people go into a relationship liking the body shape, liking the smile, liking that your favorite food is pizza and their favorite food is pizza. And so we have things in common. And so I like you. And based on the like, we get into a relationship. And then later on, because of that like that got them into a relationship, they assume that it's love and they start to say, I love you, only to later realize they don't love this person anymore. This love now fades off, it dies out, it reduces over time. It's no longer the quality love that they had at the beginning of a relationship. But why is this? Why is this? Why is this? So does liking a person mean that you love them? What is love now? What is love now? And so does it mean that you love a person when you meet them initially, you get into a relationship, you like some things about them, later you realize you don't love them again because what got you into a relationship has changed? Later you may realize, I don't love this person again because what got you in the relationship has changed. Remember, they liked green as their favorite color. Remember, they liked pizza as their favorite food, and that's what you could relate to. Remember, they had a beautiful nose, they had a nice body shape, and you married them. After liking them and assuming you love them, now you marry them. Later the love is no longer there because the nose may have changed after a car accident. 5 years down the line, somebody may not like pizza anymore. 2 years down the line, my favorite color may not be green. It may be yellow. My favorite food may be pasta. And because you knew me that particular way, now you stop loving me, or the love reduces because I have changed. It seems like I've changed, but what is really happening is a human being evolves. Every human being evolves over time. Moutswi, thank you for coming. That is why you have to get to know your partner very well. Yes, Desmond, it's true. And now, Desmond, what is like and what is love? So sometimes the things we initially liked, they change, and then the love starts to die away slowly. Should the love die because I now don't like what you knew me to like at the beginning of the relationship? Doesn't mean it has to die. Does it lead to breakup? Is it a time to break up? Human beings evolve. We're ever changing. We're always growing. We're always discovering ourselves. And so sometimes our problem is we evolve in different directions. But the ideal situation in that is that in a love situation, we evolve in one direction. We go, we grow, we move, we change, we develop in one direction, not in different directions, because now this is separation. Baldwin, thank you for coming. This is separation. If you're watching in the For You, please just join and hit the like. Guys, just super tap for me. Super tap and get somebody to watch this video as well. Just share, and gifts are allowed. Thank you guys for coming. And so we're finishing. And so this is the thing. So you don't love again because what got you into the relationship has now changed. So there's like and there's love, but is this the same? Are they the same, guys? Love is a superior commitment. Love is a superior commitment than like, and then like is subject to change. What I like you for may not be there tomorrow. So now I may not like you again because the reason why I liked you there's no reason that thing that got me liking you has changed or it is gone. So now there's no reason to like again. But love is a superior commitment. Love is a decision. I decided to be here, and so I'm going to be here. It's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be based on what you do right, what you do wrong. You've got weaknesses, you've got strengths. The superior commitment of love says, I'm here no matter what. It doesn't matter. I marry a person, they get into a car accident and they lose their leg. Whether you've cut off a bone, you've cut off your legs, the superior commitment is that I am here because I've made the decision and I'm committed. Can you see? But a lot of us, we get into a relationship, into a marriage because I liked this person. Now those things that we liked, when they change, we no longer love the person again. We want to go. We want to break up. We want to divorce. Can you see now where a generation is missing it? This is where a generation is missing the point. She no longer does the things she used to do when I first liked her. Is she the same person she was when you met her? Somebody's 35. You're expecting them to behave like they used to behave when they were 25. Somebody's 46 today. You think that they'll behave the way they were when they were 30? Can you see? And then you say, I'm leaving. I'm going back. I'm leaving the marriage. I'm sending you to your mother's house. You changed. Things are not the same. And a person is frustrated. Is that a reason to break up? Is that a reason to divorce? Desmond is saying, no, it does not work like that. Thank you so much. Desmond says, whatever you do in your relationship, always put God first in between that. Yes. He's the master builder. He's the first husbandman of the marriage, of the relationship, especially marriage. Thank you, Desmond, for that. Because if we talk about marriage, we cannot exclude God because he's the author. So when you buy a car at a manufacturing plant, the manufacturer must give you the manual. The manufacturer teaches you how to deal with that car, how to handle it. The manufacturer knows all the parts of the car, of the body of the car, of the engine, of the interior, of the exterior of the car, the lighting system, the electricity system. So God is the manufacturer of this device called marriage. So he has the manual to say, when you come and buy this product, when you get this product from me called marriage, you need me to teach you because I have the manual, I have the guide. So a lot of us, we go into it and then we leave the manufacturer outside, but we want the product of the manufacturer. So thank you so much, Desmond, for that. The family that prays together stays together. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well said. The family that prays together, it stays together. Thank you so much for that. Wonderful, Tabo. Thank you for coming. So love is a superior commitment, and then like is subject to change. We are talking about Mary who is really here, isn't it? So sometimes people meet. What about when people meet from virtual? What about when people meet from virtual communication? Maybe a relationship that is built because two people connected on social media, maybe here on TikTok. You met somebody in a live, you like them, and you feel like you vibe very well, you could get along, and you start to talk, and you build some kind of attachment because of a relation, because of meeting on social media, but you've not met, and then you get to talk, and sometimes you say, oh, we're in a relationship, a long distance relationship. Can a relationship be built immediately from talking or from connecting on social media? Can it build a fully fleshed relationship? I need your insight on this one. User, thank you, because this is the reality of the matter. We should not dispute the fact that some people may meet through social media, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong. But what happens? I believe in building a bond. I do believe in taking time to growing a bond. But can a bond be real through only social media or through only people meeting on online platforms, and then they say that when we meet we will get married, when we meet is one time? Is it enough? How do you know if somebody is catfishing you? How do you know if the pictures you are seeing is the real person? The scenario that is laid before you is the real thing? How are you going to know all that? Desmond says, yes, it's good work because I'm going to that right now. I'm feeling so happy about it. Thank you, Desmond. So, making intentional time to get to know each other helps. It helps to make intentional time where you are serious about it. Oh no, thank you. Making intentional time to get to know each other helps, and it helps to build a bond. Communication on a text message, communication which is virtual. Somebody's on the other end of the world, you're on the other end of the world, or one part of the country, and you're on the other part of the country. It's not 100%. Girlie, thank you for coming. It's not 100%. Because what makes for 100% communication is when two people can be together in the same physical space, gestures, body language, tone of the voice, things like that. Those make for 100% communication. So when we're only texting back and forth and we're in different places and we say we're building a relationship, you find that the other elements that make communication to be what it is are missing. It's okay to meet and talk and say, oh, we're texting back and forth, but does it mean that you can really get to know a person by building a relationship through text messages? This is something I'm asking you. How do you feel about this approach? So there is a thin line between love and infatuation. Oftentimes infatuation still looks like love. That euphoria, that lust, that excitement based on the outward appearance, it still looks like love. But then, is it love? Because it gets us in a relationship, it gets us in a marriage, and then boom, our eyes are open to realize, no, what I initially thought, this is not the thing, this is not the thing, this is not the thing. All right. So some people don't mind to meet and marry, as we already talked before. But now this is where value systems come in. What do you value? What makes sense to you? What are some of the principles that you live by? Values are principles that you uphold, things that you believe are correct to live by, things that you believe are morally correct, that govern your life, things that you believe, yeah, this makes sense in my life, and I'm gonna uphold these ethics. Those are some of the value systems that we have. And oftentimes value systems are systems, they are things that a person does not want to get away from. It's very hard for somebody, please like guys, super tap, it's very hard for somebody to stop or to change their value system, because they're already like that. Maybe they grew up like that, maybe that's what they were taught, maybe they have that culture in their family, in their culture, in their country, wherever they're coming from, in their tribe. So it's difficult to change somebody, but it's easier when you meet somebody and try to determine your value systems and my value systems. Do they go together? Are they blending? Do they complement each other? Because when they complement each other, they go like so. But a bit of a problem. Okay, guys, it really becomes a bit of a problem. Somebody's trying to call, so let's finish up, guys. I think in 10 minutes we'll be done. Thank you, Desmond. Thank you, Rohit, for coming. Thank you so much, guys. I believe in 10 minutes we will be done. We're just sharing insights on the matter of remanded relationship. Chantal, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys for coming. And so, relationship is built and not commanded. And so, value systems, guys, value systems. Some people meet and marry. They say, okay, I've heard God. Okay, I've heard from a deity, a superior deity, or oh, my parents approved it. Oh, my pastor, my priest at church approved it. And so they have a good intuition about the person they're marrying, and it's not wrong. And some people will say, no, I want to meet you, let's be friends, get to know each other and see where it goes. There's nothing wrong with thing in getting to know each other. And okay, guys, so I think I'm gonna have to